We're here with Ziaire Williams. We're out in Vegas, Impact Basketball. Just watch you go through a workout here. Zaire, appreciate you taking the time, man.
Thank you for having me, man. Seriously, this is an honor.
As a player, I guess, what are the main things you think you can bring to the next level?
Definitely a high-level IQ, you know. Obviously, I love to score, but I'm also a guy who loves to pass even more. I feel like passing is a super underrated part of my game. I'm going to get bored, play my heart out on D, you know, just give you all my energy. You know, I'm a team-first guy. I just want to do whatever it takes to win.
Who are some of the guys you're watching, you know, at the next level and saying, one, like, I want to study and be this guy, or two, you know, I could play this type of role?
Well, so, you know, I've always grown up loving KD. He's always been, like, just the guy, you know. It's such of a – I love the story of how he couldn't do not one rep of the bench. That's, like, the motivation I need, you know, to be in the same position. So, you know, I love Kevin Durant. I love Jason Tatum, Paul George. Honestly, I just try to just study just the little details of each one of those guys and just try to add as much as their game to mine, you know. I honestly just – want to be the best version of myself and take little tips and tricks from everybody and just put it in my bag for sure. Yeah,
and like I said, so many of the best NBA players are those kind of rangy wings who can score it at all three levels, handle the ball a little bit. But initially, you're probably going to have to play without the ball, right?
Absolutely,
at the next level. I think a big part of that is your shooting, right? What do you see here? I love this clip, okay? So dribble penetration. What are you thinking as your guard kind of gets downhill here?
Yeah, so that's Bryce right there. Bryce is a super, super talented driver, and Duarte was guarding me. I noticed he collapsed the gap, so I try to just space, find an open spot in that corner, and just catch and shoot, rise up with confidence.
Yeah, great balance, great touch, and we saw you today shooting the ball at a really high level. I mean, we'll get into the on-the-move stuff and shooting off the dribble, but, I mean, your balance, your elevation for your size is, like, very unique. Where does that come from, like the footwork?
So soccer was my first sport. I think soccer was honestly the foundation for the footwork.
Okay.
But growing up, you know, my father, he taught me everything I know. We were always in the backyard shooting, and I was always taller, but he never, ever, ever let me play the center. You know, it was always work on your guard skills, And, like, I would have coaches who would try to put me in the post and have me just, you know, just as a big body and just do layups all day. But my dad knew it wouldn't be beneficial for me in the long run, so all praise goes to him, man. He honestly set the blueprint as far as my guard skills and shooting and stuff like that, for sure.
Yeah, no question. And you could see it today, like I said, and now in this clip here. I mean, just relocating to the corner, understanding Duarte, just like you said, helping off, that's a no-no, and then splash. So I think you shot 29 this last year at Stanford, but you've always been like a mid-80s free throw shooter. When you're shooting the ball really well, I guess, like, what are some of the things that you're doing mechanically?
You know, I feel like when I am shooting well, I'm just holding my follow-through up, making sure it's high, and just shooting with confidence. I feel like shooting is so mental, you know. Anyone could go in the gym and knock down 10 threes, you know, whatever. So it's just a big mental thing, if anything. So just stepping in with confidence and just, like, getting into that zone, you know, just like where you just letting it fly, man, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's going to translate to the next level. So one thing you'll see at times, and I know you don't have much here, right, but there's a little bit of this catch and hold that, like, maybe, you know, in AAU or even your freshman year, like, you'll run, you know, ISOs for you at the elbow or at the top of the key, right? And in the NBA, so many teams play like 0.5, you know.
Right. No,
got to make a decision. And you don't really have much here, but I'm curious, like, how much of an emphasis will that be for you at the next level? Like, you know, being a ball mover, a cutter, respacing, things like that.
It'll be huge for sure. You know, we've been practicing attacking closeouts every time. Like, Coach John, he always says you either got to go, you got to shoot, or get it right out your hands, you know, because when you're playing with, like, a great point guard like Chris Paul or LeBron, whoever, they're always going to create advantages, you know, so you don't want to be the guy to catch the ball and then just mess the whole flow up, you know. Right. So just making quick reads and just attacking or doing whatever I can.
And we'll show you a bunch of clips doing that really well. Do you think you could have ripped right here off the catch?
Absolutely, for sure. Right away.
Rip right, get downhill, make a play, right?
Definitely.
And I think you definitely have that, you know, in your game. But you also have the ability, okay, if you're going to run me off, I can rise up, right?
Absolutely, man. Love that mid-range.
Yeah.
That's the bread and butter.
Yeah, you seem really, like, most comfortable almost shooting off the dribble. But I think you have the ability, like, okay, compare this to the kind of catch and hold clip, right? To just catch, rip, and you're fluid enough to get downhill, right?
Just go. Yes, sir.
And I know you don't finish this, but good things happen when you get downhill, right? So I guess as a finisher, what are some of the things that you've been working on?
Just finishing through contact. Honestly, the biggest thing for sure is my angle, you know. It kills me watching this film over because, like, every time I drive, I'm just taking such of a wide angle, you know, and I'm not cutting off. Like, right there, I should be a bump and a cutoff right before. And then, I'm so athletic. I could just finish out the rim, just dunk it. You know, my dad always used to call me Superman, like, Ziaire, dunk the ball. Like, you know what I mean? You're trying to do all this little finessing and Lego stuff, but it just honestly just makes you look weaker. So that's just been my thing, just to play with more aggression, more fire, just more grit, you know, especially in the paint for sure. Yeah,
that's 100% the right mentality. And that's what I always say about, like, you watch Brandon Ingram, right? Like, he's skinny as hell, always has been, always will be,
for sure.
But he'll go at your head.
Absolutely, without a doubt, for sure. It's all mind over matter, man. The looks, it doesn't matter. If you're a dog and you could fight through and you could get through it, man, you'll be all right for sure.
Yeah, 100%. But I like the drive, though, just to get downhill like that. And then another way to add value off the ball, running the floor, right? I saw you getting up and down today. I mean, you got like 4.4 speed, huh?
Oh, man, I love running, man. That's my thing. When we out, we're going, man. I love playing downhill in the break for sure. I feel like that's one of my strengths in my game for sure.
Yeah, no question. I think and then being a guy who also, like, you know, crash from the corner, having that freedom, right? What type of rebounder you think you can be at the next level?
I honestly think I could be a high level, at least 8 rebounds a game, if not more. You know, I'm blessed to have long arms, you know, height with athleticism. So I feel like just rebounding and defense, all that stuff is just effort. You know, just about who wants it more for sure.
And then so some of the quick decisions too that we talked about, right? In playing this type of role. These basic just kind of one mores, right?
Absolutely. I'm always looking for the one more for sure. Like I said, I would take an assist over a bucket any day of the week. You know, like I love being that guy to find a wide open teammate for a better shot for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll show your passing too in pick and roll. I think you had some really, really good moments. Okay, here, do you think you had a one more or no? I know it's late clock, so let's run it back.
Yeah, go back.
Run it back. Okay, so baseline drive.
Yeah, that's definitely a one more for sure. Either a one more or just a catch and shoot, man.
Yeah.
That's been one thing. Like, I'm just trying to get rid of just all like the high school stuff. You know, like it doesn't work out at the next level. Everything's just about like the little minor details, quick decisions. You know, for sure. Less is more.
Less is more. That's it. And if you watch how the way like NBA teams are playing, it's like hit, come off.
Right.
There's so much action going on at once, and with your length, your athleticism, your fluidity. Tough to guard, and that's a shot you can make, and we know that. But this is a great example of like, okay, the ball is going to come back to you. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Quick swing, drive, kick, splash,
catching and raising up.
Yeah, that's perfect right there. And I think you know you have all that in your game, and then in ball screens, you've shown kind of all of the little ingredients you need to be a good pick and roll scorer, right? Here the pull up 3 going left. What do you see here in the defense?
So Lucas sets the screen. That's my favorite screener for sure. Oh, so he went under and kind of dropped. And, you know, whenever the defense goes under, I always try to make them pay the price for sure. Because then when they go over, it just makes everything easier for the roller. And for me, you know, they just can't choose both. So, you know, once the shot is falling in, it honestly spreads everything open. And not even just for me, but for my teammates, you know, for sure.
That's the template, right? Then they got to chase over. Exactly. Then you can use your size, IQ, and just pick them apart.
Just play out of it for sure.
And then, okay, sometimes maybe there's an opportunity to get downhill, right? So I'm curious what you see here. Okay, so kind of semi-transition, drag screen, right? Bring the ball up. Oscar coming to set a drag screen. Yeah, do you feel like you could reject that?
I could definitely reject it or just play through it, man. I don't have to force up a bad one. You know, that was my thing a lot, too. I feel like a lot of times when I had the ball in my hands, I just had to make something happen, you know, like instead of just, you know, reversing to the other side and then just letting it play out of it, you know, because the defense, they don't ever want to have to guard for the whole 30. So, you know, it's just about making them move around and honestly just work, honestly. But, yeah, I could have just went through it. I could have rejected, took the screen and just played out of it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And if you see like a lot of the paint is going to be open,
it's going to be
so
open.
Maybe it's just a quick hezzy, rip right,
real quick.
Use your athleticism. But again, these are shots we've seen you make and that you can make. One last one, getting downhill. That's maybe the next step, right? So we've seen the shot making for you out of pick and roll. You can do it from 3. You can do it from mid-range. Anything you see in this clip that you would have done differently as you're kind of turning the corner?
Like I said, definitely the angle. Honestly, playing off 2, I didn't have to – the guy was way smaller than me, and I didn't have to do the little one-legged floater. Even if I did have the floater, a lot of the things I've been trying to work on now is getting into that post-up, just turning my back to him, giving him 1-2 bumps and rise over the top, or a little fade, stuff like that. So I said it's so good to watch all this stuff because I know I could do so much more and so much better, and I've been working on this stuff for sure. So it's painful to watch a little bit, but I love it. It's for sure. That's what makes the goods great, for sure.
100%.
You have to learn from it.
It's part of the process, right? And then so the passing, right? This is where I think you have a lot of potential, honestly. And you feel that way as well? I
do, man. Honestly, I love passing. But, one thing I just couldn't get down, and I've been getting better with it as we've been playing 3-on-3s and 4-4s, is like that hook to the corner. Getting that low man. Because there was a few times on film where I'm watching and the corner man is wide open because the mid, used to call it the most important guy, who would be the weak side defender. He would always be just so sucked in the middle, just one little quick, just skip real quick for a nice little 3. So that's been the one read out the pick and roll I've been trying to kind of read consistently, but I know it'll come over time just as I get more reps for sure.
Yeah, so that's the next step.
Every time the roll man was open, I always made him pay the price for sure. Every time.
Really good at hitting the roller. And then here's another one, like this is good offense, a little jab to set it up. And so you're just looking at, they're going to put 2 on you, kind of overreact?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of times if they jump real quick, I always just feed them. I always tell the bigs, roll fast, roll hard, and I also noticed that I forgot Big Dude's name in the middle. He went up, so there was no weak side help at all for sure. So and JD should have just dunked that real quick.
Yeah, I know.
But me and JD, we were always in the same position, man. Like we would always get to the rim and we would just take the easy way out, and instead of just fighting through and just finish over the top, But we'll get it down for sure. And
in the NBA, that'll be 7-footer lob catcher.
Exactly.
So you'll have that ability to kind of feed them in stride. Sure. But you mentioned some of those next level reads, and we'll get into a little bit of that. But you can do it going left too, just to show like the ability to hit the roll man. This is good in the patience too, right? Making sure he runs into the screen.
Definitely.
Gets out of it quick.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I feel like in a sense I kind of go better left for whatever reason.
Yeah. Are you more comfortable pulling up going left? A lot of guys are. Or no?
Pulling up, yes, probably. I feel like I'd probably make more going left than right.
Yeah.
I love doing both, but left is just good rhythm, just dribbling, pounding, and then going right, left for the footwork, rising over the top or passing, whatever, for sure. Definitely.
You're 6'8" or 6'9"?
So I'm 6'9" with no shoes.
Okay.
Joe had me record at 6'10" with my shoes on in the gym right there. So I don't know. I've heard 6'8", 6'7", 6'10".
Yeah.
I don't know. I say
you're tall.
I'm a tall 6'9", 6'9" with no shoes. That's
a tall 6'9". I like that. Yeah. That's good. Now I think one of your, best long-term attributes is like the space you create with your step back is ridiculous. Like you cover so much ground. Like how long have you been using that move?
A very long time.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's really just been reps and reps, man. Honestly, the step back is just easy. I don't necessarily want to say a bailout move, but just a simple. Like I said, less is more. And just that little couple inches of space is all I need for my length just to rise over someone for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
And okay, so this isn't a huge one, but just to show, okay, you can have that little pullback versus switch, right?
Yep. Just reading him, for sure.
So you see he's giving you space.
Yep.
Let it fly.
Let it fly.
And then this one is more to show like how much ground that you're able to cover. I mean, so going left, so pause it there, and then pause it here. I mean, that's a lot of space.
Yeah, for sure.
That's hard to guard.
And I don't ever realize it until I'm watching it on film, for sure. But It definitely bails me out a couple of times for sure.
Yeah, yeah, you need that late clock. And so
absolutely.
You mentioned the post game. I only have one clip here, but one thing teams will probably do, just because you're not 230 pounds, like they might put a point guard on you, right, and just say, "All right, beat us."
Right, exactly.
What are your kind of go-tos in the post?
Just reading the defense, taking my time. I feel like when I'm in a post, I'm always in a rush to do something. So. Like I said, reading the defense, letting all the cutters cut, seeing how the defense is going to react, and then just, seeing stuff like that. It's always like I just can't fade, like that's a highly contested shot, long too, so, and I didn't really give any bump or contact before, so I feel like it's just all about poise, having that patience, and knowing that I can finish right over the top, for sure.
So that's the offensive end of the floor, and I think especially early on in the season, like you had some really impressive moments defensively, like disruptive, guarding point guards, multiple positions. Like, what type of defender do you think you can be in the NBA?
I honestly think I could be a guy to guard, 1 through 4.
Yeah.
I love guarding a little quick. Caleb Loves, the Quade Greens, bigs, whoever, wings. Honestly, man, I feel like defense is all about effort, honestly. And luckily, I was blessed with the foot speed, lateral quickness. So it's just all about pride for me. Like, it's no way you're not gonna embarrass me and score on me, So that's kind of the mindset I have every time I'm on defense for sure. Yeah,
that's the right approach, and I think this clip is perfect, just showing like what you can be. I mean, I love this tenacity,
Yeah, just fighting over the screen, diving on that ball.
That's it.
Those floor burns, man.
And that's what teams want to see, right? Like they want to know that you're a dog, you're a competitor, and that you're going to fight every single time. And I think clips like this, show exactly that. And then even just your anticipation on the ball here. So, just being able to read his eyes. Is that what you're looking at?
What's that? RJ. He was like telegraphing it even before the play happened. I knew he was looking for whoever was on that side.
Yeah.
So I try to just put my hands out wide and just try to get a hand on him. Let me end up going the other way. I still got the worst tech I'm ever called in my life on that dunk. I'm still mad about it for sure.
On that, you got a tech?
On this dunk, he gave me a tech, man.
For the pull up?
I think his name. He said I pulled up. They say his name is TV Teddy, something, I don't know. They said he's notorious for making bad calls and all that stuff. So I'm still a little upset about that one.
TV Teddy, come on, man. You're better than that.
Dirty, man. I ain't do nothing to him.
Come on,
Janky.
Man. Had a great defensive play and a great finish.
Yeah.
Sometimes get a little handsy, right?
Yeah.
Just low reach.
Exactly. Just, I just got to keep that discipline, Just don't let him bail out. I can't bail him out. And thing about me is wings I'm just so long. Like, if I just keep my hands active, it just makes it harder for him, to see over and go through the offense and stuff. So I've been trying to get better at just playing my hands straight up, not bailing them out for sure.
Yeah, giving yourself enough space to
absolutely
be disruptive, but also keep them in front, right?
Exactly, for sure.
Yeah, that's so much of it. And scouting report stuff, as you continue to learn all the guys in the NBA that you've been watching for so long. And to that point, right, Herb Jones, what does he like to do?
Go hard left, attack, drive.
Yep.
Hard left.
That's a tough finish.
Scout.
That's a tough finish, right? But if you
I
had
should have
this
already
back,
been on his left hip, right? Yeah, left hip, making him go right.
So at this point is probably when you were dead in the water, right? Because you try to switch it, but then he attacks you, right? Goes through your body. Okay, tough finish, and then you have the quickness to be able to guard point guards, twos. If you look at this, just like how disruptive you are, right?
For sure. And I honestly feel like I'm, in a sense, better at guarding smaller, like, little point guards than wings and bigs, because I'm just able to keep up with them, and my hands and arms are just so disruptive. So it kind of makes it hard for them, for sure.
Yeah, and that's perfect defense right there, giving yourself a gap, but also being disruptive. Here's another one, too. So Shackelford, what does he like to do?
Shackelford, he's a straight left, but he loves the jab shot, so I know he's a catch and shoot type of guy. So I try to close out high. I need to have high hands on that, though. My hands were down.
But just the ability to slide there, like, really good, right?
Just make it hard for him, make him turn his back to the basket, and stay disciplined.
And anytime a guy kills his dribble right there,
just hands straight up, just body, make it tough for him.
That's a win for you,
Don't bail him out.
100%. No, that's really good. And then, okay, so this is really good too against Duarte. So again, you guys icing this?
No, we were icing. Yeah, so this is late clock, game on the line, really. So I'm thinking, man, I don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm gonna make him force up a tough ass shot. Honestly, like I said, I have so much pride on defense. It's like I refuse to let you do anything to me. You know, like I'm not gonna get embarrassed. You know, so make him take a tough three. When it went up in the air, I was just praying it didn't go in for sure. Because Duarte, man, he's a hell of a player, super talented, super underrated for sure. I think he's going to be really good at the next level.
Yeah, he can play. But no, this is perfect, right? And we talked about, okay, giving yourself enough space to where if he drives, you can keep it in front.
Yes, sir.
But you can also contest. Mm-hmm. And this is perfect. You give yourself enough space, active feet. What are you looking at this point? Like, are you looking at his stomach, his eyes, his feet?
Definitely. I look at the waist, you know. I look at the waist. I don't ever look at the ball. Never look at his eyes. Just always just dead in that kind of like his jersey number, honestly. Just trying to keep active hands, high hands. I'm listening to my to the players, of course, talking to me, making sure the screens aren't coming or anything. And like I said, just trying to make it hard for him, man. Make him force up a tough one.
And so how about off the ball? What type of defender are you off the ball, and where are you at there?
A lot of times off the ball, I'm so worried about the ball in a sense. It's almost too much help. You know, I always want to make sure I'm in the right spots and help. Because a lot of times we always emphasize packing the paint, you know, making sure we close in on those drives and stuff. But I end up having to pay the price for it when they would kick it out, and I'm running out trying to close out high. And it's too late. So it was just all about, like I said, for one, the scout, and two, just finding that happy medium, you know, like stunning and stuff like that, for sure. And
you have some good stunts, everything, and we're going to show all that. Now, here against Duarte, I think a lot of the on-ball stuff even starts off the ball, right? So he's a great shooter, and he's about to be coming off a handoff. Anything you would do differently here?
High hands right there.
Yeah.
When he first caught it, for sure. Got to be up on him.
Yeah, because if this is Clay or someone like that, and you have that much space,
it's too late.
He might just come off and let that fly, right?
For sure, definitely.
And so I think being aggressive in a sense in that way, you know, almost helps you on the ball. And even this one is a good example of that too. Okay, so your man gives it up, you're off the ball, right? You kind of sink down and help, and then look at the ground that you cover again. Give me that, right? So just showing that, like, you can go from
that block right there. Yeah.
I mean, you go from the block to the three in like a split second.
For sure. And I knew for a fact as soon as he caught it, it was going up, because he loves to just catch and shoot that thing whenever he can. So for sure, that was definitely that was actually a clip I remember, like, the coaches loved me for sure.
Yeah, and just like you said, energy and effort. You know, that's so much of defense, and I think you showed exactly that right there. And then I love stuff like this. This is like coach's dream type stuff. Okay, so pick and pop, right? You're in the corner. So what is your role here in this pick and pop?
So we knew the pop is coming. So for me, it's about stunning. You know, just that quick second, letting the big man recover, and just making that big pause real quick. Because bigs they're kind of bad with decisions. You know, you always want to make the bigs be a decision maker. So just that little quick stunt for a second, go back to my man. It was just enough time for the Silva to go back, and then we're playing out of there for sure.
Perfect. Like, perfect defense. And, okay, you'll see that maybe more in middle pick and roll when he catches at the top of the key. Like, absolutely. Okay, if that guy's a sniper, maybe he can get it off. But you're so rangy that you're able to stunt, make him think about it, get back. So I guess my last question for you is, you know, there are players all over the world, right? Some of them are also 6'9" plus with a 7-foot wingspan who are super talented and have a high basketball IQ. You have guys in Europe, you have guys coming out of Africa, everywhere, guys here, and then there's all the guys in the NBA who don't want you to come take their money, right?
Exactly.
So, like, why is it that a team should bet on, you know, Ziaire being someone who really isn't just like a guy in the NBA, but like can really stick and be a winner and be a big time contributor for a long time?
You know, I just feel like I have the foundation set for me. You know, I was taught by two amazing parents. You know, the only thing I know how to do is work, listen, you know, accept knowledge. You know, I honestly can't wait to learn from the vets and learn from all the high experience players, you know, and just keep growing and just becoming the best version of me. You know, honestly, I'm never too worried about other guys and me catching up. You know, it's just always, what can I do to be better? You know, what can I do today to be a better version of myself? So I know just keeping that same attitude, that same mindset, not ever getting comfortable, it'll pay off for sure.
Yeah, that's the right mentality, man. So it's been great to watch you grow since that Notre Dame practice back in the day.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
man.
Man. So, yeah, the future is bright for you, man. So I appreciate you taking the time.
Man. No, thank you for having me, man. This was fun.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.